Hello and welcome to ECN. We deliver, you decide. Family seeks justice. After man dies. Following police restraint during post-seizure incident.
The family of Rhyker Earl, a 26-year-old Indiana man who lived with epilepsy, is seeking justice after a tragic encounter with law enforcement ended his life. Earl, a father of two, had been suffering from seizures for over 7 years, and on September 8th, his grandmother called 911 following a series of seizures at their home near DeMotte, Indiana. What was initially a routine medical call turned into a fatal confrontation with police officers and EMTs. Bodycam footage, released by the Jasper County Sheriff's Office, shows Earl being handcuffed and restrained by deputies for more than 20 minutes. Despite repeated pleas from Earl, who appeared confused and disoriented following his seizures, officers pinned him down while administering multiple shots of sedatives. Less than 30 minutes after police arrived, Earl stopped breathing and was eventually placed on life support before dying 2 days later. A tragic sequence of events. Earl's grandmother, Connie Widner, made the 911 call, hoping first responders could help calm her grandson, as they had done in the past. Earl had already experienced a seizure earlier in the day at his sister's home, and medics had responded there without incident. Widner brought Earl back home to rest and take his medication, but he suffered 2 more seizures later in the evening, prompting her call for help. When deputies arrived at Earl's home, bodycam footage shows him confused and unsteady as he prepared to go to the hospital. According to the video, a deputy suddenly rushed Earl and wrestled him to the ground after Earl reportedly touched a medic. For the next 20 minutes, deputies and EMTs restrained Earl, administering at least 4 shots of sedatives as he begged for help. Family members who were present pleaded with officers to check Earl's pulse as his condition deteriorated. Earl's aunt, Miracle Galinsky, recalls the heartbreaking moment when she saw her nephew's face turning blue and urged first responders to take action. "I had to beg and plead for anybody, whether it was the EMTs, police, I didn't care. Do something, he's blue," she said during a news conference. Despite attempts to resuscitate him, Earl was later transported to a hospital, where he was placed on life support and died 2 days later. Family and legal response civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who represents Earl's family, has vowed to get to the truth of what happened. Crump, known for his involvement in high-profile cases of police misconduct, emphasized that it does not matter the race of the individual, whether black or white, when someone dies in police custody after pleading for help, justice must be served. "I want to be clear about this," Crump said. "It doesn't matter if the person is a black person or a white person. When they say, 'I can't breathe,' and end up dying in police custody, I vow that we're going to get to the truth of what happened." Earl's grandmother, who regrets making the 911 call, expressed her anguish during the news conference. "I will regret it until the day I die that I ever called anybody," Widner said, "because I am sure I could have taken care of him better than he was treated when they got there." Concerns over police response to seizures. The footage of Earl's final moments has reignited concerns about how law enforcement responds to individuals experiencing medical crises, especially those in a post-seizure state. Experts, including Allison Nickel, Senior Director of Legal Advocacy at the Epilepsy Foundation's Jean A. Carpenter Epilepsy Legal Defense Fund, stress that first responders need proper training to handle individuals who have had seizures. The post-seizure phase, known as the postictal state, can leave individuals confused, fatigued, and disoriented, symptoms that are often mistaken for drug or alcohol intoxication. Nickel noted that the training of law enforcement on how to recognize and respond to seizures is vital. Simply knowing that a person has epilepsy or is having a seizure doesn't guarantee a correct response to that situation, she said. That really requires some training. Calls for accountability and change. The Indiana State Police have opened an investigation into Earl's death, and the results of his autopsy and toxicology screening are pending. While the Sheriff's Office has not drawn any conclusions about the deputy's actions, they released the footage to allow the public to evaluate the incident independently. Earl's family, still grappling with their grief, hopes that his tragic death will bring about changes in how police handle medical emergencies. "We don't want this to happen to somebody else," Widner said, "because if it happened to us, it will happen to anybody." As the investigation continues, Earl's family and their legal team are committed to ensuring that his death leads to meaningful reforms in law enforcement training and response to individuals with medical conditions. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to ECN Euroconnect News for more in-depth coverage. Stay informed, stay connected.